Nah, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All right, man. I look forward to it, man. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. Good question, man. Good question.
Great question.
Peace.
They asking some real good questions.
Man, the foundation audience is cold and smart.
Yeah.
Man, I can't even front on the audience. Some of them, they got ego issues, but most of them is thorough. 385-2128. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? This is Brother Stefan from Salt Lake City. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, you out there in the mountains.
You out there in the gorgeous purple mountains majesty.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, like one question's just been burning in the back of my mind. Like, what does somebody need to bring to the table? I'm not talking about, like between you and me per se, but like in order to get their CPN process started. Like, what does one have to have prepared?
You need to have.
Yeah. How about
private?
Call me, man.
Yeah. Is that private? Like, is that something?
Yeah. If this is the Stefan, I think it is. Call me.
It becomes a target. Like, oh, this is what they're doing to get around the protocols that you set to prevent this from happening.
Okay, yeah. All right. Thank you.
So,
all right. I'll probably hit you up later then.
If this is the Stefan, I think it is. Just give me a call. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Very
right. Yeah, just call me.
All right. Yeah, peace.
Appreciate it. Peace.
Peace.
One more. 929-4056. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, Brother Saltel. Peace, Brother Tehran. This is Sister Yvette. Communities, your game plan is over. Did you not get the warning 2 years ago that they was locking down on you guys? Y'all procrastinating, y'all playing. It's about to get real in the battlefield, kings and queens. You was warned. Get yourselves structured right. Get your affairs in order. Now, some of y'all been listening to my brother the past 3 years. I know that for a fact without fail. Especially the last 2 years. They've been telling you about your credit, your social, your 9A, your LLCs, everything. You can't say they didn't. Now, let me show you procrastinators what y'all playing with. You all had enough time to get your little 50, 60, 100, $200 together. Take a payment plan. Be honorable with your payment plans. Do what you're supposed to do. I'm going to tell you what y'all procrastinators doing. You worried about your Social Security benefits getting cut off. You worried about your welfare benefits getting cut off. You're worrying about you got to work a couple of more hours on your job because you need to get. No, stop. It's over. Now, the brother's been trying to help y'all, and they helping y'all. Y'all just, I don't know. Did you get stuck at the dumb stop? I don't know, people. What are you all thinking? Did you think the government was going to let y'all get free from them? Did you really think they was going to let you stop paying taxes and travel all over the place? Now they want your face recognition. They want all your personal information. They want to know when you're coming back, when you're going, how much money you got in your bank account. Now you can't even keep your lock boxes because they're not going to replace anything that's stolen or goes missing. See, kings and queens, you were warned. Get yourselves structured. Now, I'm going to show you what some of you did. Black Friday, I'm quite sure you all went out and spent every last time you got. Cyber Monday, you probably did the same thing. Now, in the process of you spending what? $5,000 for some sneakers, $1,500 for some sneakers, the Yeezys, the Midas this, the Gucci. Did you even think about trying to get yourselves structured properly? Did you think about trying to buy some pieces of silver? Because did you know it went down $2? Did you even think about any of these things? I guess you didn't. So now you all sitting there like, the CPN's getting ready to close out. Yeah, they're getting ready to close out because when we say admin, at the foundation, it's a reason, because other entities, other agencies, other governments like the banks, the IRS, the feds, the FBI, they all listen. The 1%, they all listen. The banks, they listen because they want to know what you all are thinking, what you all are planning. So what do they do now? They start going and locking down the very areas you all needed to clean up. Now, you got until December 31st. What is your game plan, people? Kings and queens, stop playing. It's real. It's real. Brother Teron, Saltel, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have been doing right by the kings and queens. They just did. Now the game plan is going to turn up. When the fire stop burning some of y'all, I hope you ready. Now for all those that work the CPNs till they dry them up, it's over. The game plan is over. See, I told you, your greed and your filthy lucre, some of y'all, it was going to dry up. These are the only two that's going to help some of y'all. Y'all keep playing games. Don't waste their time. Don't BS them. Don't bullshit them. If you're not real, if you're not serious, don't waste their time. They got folks that they need to help. If you ain't on that train, get your raggedy asses off and find another train to catch. In the meantime, kings and queens, all your communities, December 31st is about to get real critical out here. Find yourselves real quick. My brother Saltel, brother Teran, y'all keep doing the right thing. Peace, communities.
Peace, Sister Yvette.
That was
burned
it
the
in
house
a
down.
nutshell.
Yeah, she I feel shame, and I ain't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's straight up, like I feel like damn, I should be working harder. Damn, I should be, man. Appreciate that, man. Yvette,
For real.
She been down since like day one. Daryl been down since day one. Brian from the Bay, Mello, just everybody who's been down from day one. I really respect and appreciate you. I love y'all. Think of y'all as family, man. I'm really highly invested in your success. All trustees. I know some of the trustees, they call the show on Wednesday class. They be like, you got class on Wednesday? I be like, no, the show's on Wednesday. They be like, oh, yeah. All the trustees, yo, I appreciate, I respect and love y'all. I respect and honor your commitment. I honor your humility. And I honor your drive. I also honor your honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, trustees is really impressing me these days, man. I jump on the line, they already there. I'm there 5 minutes early, they already on. They on 10 minutes early. They asking good questions. The training is dope. So shout out to the trustees. Shout out to, those who were down from day one. Definitely. And if you're looking to get in trustee trading, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. But check this out, man. At some point, you're going to get a trust, and you ain't going to be able to open a bank account without, you're going to have to use the social, man. This is what I'm trying to help y'all avoid, man. They look, if they can find the connection, they're going to use it and twist it. Find the thumb screw and twist it. This is what they do. I'm trying to show y'all how to stiff arm these fools and not get called for a penalty.
And obviously, we do have a mixed approach right now. I think it's difficult to have this mixed approach because even this list that we have in front of us is not the entire list. So if you go to the revenue standard, there are other interim requirements that need to be included in. Same with other standards. So if we're going to stick with a mixed approach, it almost needs to be better integrated to really understand what additional things need to be disclosed in the interim statements. So.
However you do this, yeah. I had the same thought of, like, I just don't understand how they all interact. Like, if this is supposed to be the principle over all interim disclosures, does that mean that when I get to the revenue disclosure or the lease disclosure that prescribes certain interim disclosures, I only have to do them when they're not material? And it might be good to include the language of whatever your intent is here or wherever.
Hal?
I want to go back to Zach's comment. What I heard Zach say was you're running a production line to consume all this information, and you're, the regular things are really easy to consume. The irregular things cause the production line to stop, and you got to do something different. Is that basically what you were saying? Do you have a sense of how much it costs or how much time is spent consuming the irregular versus the regular? And, is there a way to analyze the cost from your perspective?
So it's difficult. I would say there are two sets of costs. One is the actual costs of getting people who can absorb the data, bring it in. They're expensive resources as analysts. Right. So it's significant. On the other hand, it's what my firm makes its living doing. So in a sense, I kind of like it. But I think the far bigger cost for users is the missed variable. Mm-hmm. So when there's important information that's disclosed irregularly, chances are you're going to miss most of it. It's just not going to be consumed, and you won't even know it's there. Yeah. And that's the real danger, is there's important information that's just going to go missing from the equation and the mosaic that you're applying to the companies you look at.
Yeah. And just, I don't know if this was true for you all, but in my old job, it was probably 10 to 15% of our analyst time was spent just stripping out information. And if anything I could do to reduce that amount of time was a cost savings that I could spend in other areas. I don't know if you've got a similar dynamic there. And I'm not looking to put you on the spot on that one. But I want to turn to Nick and ask, how will we factor in the cost of this production line concept into our thinking? We've heard a lot about the difficulties on the preparer side, but I'm wondering how we're going to factor in. And Nick, I'm not looking for an exact answer today, but I think we've got to factor in this production line notion that Zach is talking about.
So I think at our last IAC meeting, we heard, again, kind of why I picked on Mark and asked for other users, because we hear two very different notions of how the information is used. So I think we just have to understand that I think the way we've articulated it, at least in initially drafting the analysis, is that there's a reduced cost to the fact that information is given every period, and so you expect it and you build your models upon it, right? And that there's a cost to saying, well, what do I do with this additional thing that I didn't have originally figured into my model, and what do I do with that? And that just takes more work on the part of the users to figure out, one, is it there? And two, now where do I put that information? Because I didn't build that as part of my standard quarterly approach. So I think we've captured that feedback. I don't know how you quantify that.
Ali?
I know there's been some discussion around the specific language. I'm not going to... I know we've got to kind of flesh that out a little bit, so let's put that aside for a minute. And thank you, Russ, for kind of describing that way. From a big picture perspective, just to answer your question, I mean, the interim reports are as important to users as the annual report. And I think you have to kind of use that as the base. And I know why we have the system of, like, the annual has certain disclosures and the quarterlies have other ones. But, the stocks move just as much on quarterly results as they do at the annual one, at the fourth quarter one. And so, I think we have to start at that as like the base, that each quarter is as important as the other quarters. So I agree with Zach in big picture. I agree with almost everything he said, which is, if something is given sporadically, you kind of wonder why it's given sporadically, and you may miss it. And so I kind of want to second that view that, as a big picture, I'd rather have the information and then have us decide kind of what has changed and whether that's material or not. And just to go to your question about measurement versus transactions, I mean, if there's a big, to take your question, if there's a big number on the balance sheet that changes because derivatives have moved it, then that disclosure is important to us.